The best exercise for fat loss is putting the fork down. Hi, I'm Danny. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. I'm gonna take these headphones off so we can chat. All right, just a moment for the fit. We got the same skirt I was wearing in the last video. It was just kind of crazy. I love it. I got it from Costco. Got this zip-up hoodie from Victoria's Secret. I think the necklace I'm putting on is from JCPenney. And then the top is just like a tank from I don't know, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, one of those stores. It wasn't anywhere like spectacular. So today we're gonna try and keep it short and sweet. I'm gonna be so busy this weekend. I am picking up snowboarding. That is gonna be my winter activity. It is a very expensive activity, but I'm excited about it nonetheless. I went skiing in Bend, Oregon once in 2023. So I like snowboarded for one day and then skied the other 2 days. And then I didn't step on a snowboard again until earlier this year when we went to an indoor skiing place. And then we went to Winter Park because we bought our Icon passes, and I was so excited to get like early access. So I spent a lot of time like practicing and trying to get better. And then again, we went to Snowbond out in Denver. And that's another indoor skiing place. And then we went again last weekend, which we went to Winter Park again. They opened on, I think they opened on Halloween. Copper Mountain opens this weekend, so we plan on going there. Probably gonna hit Copper, Winter, and A Basin if we can, all in one weekend. It's gonna be a fun time. That's not the point of this video, but we'll get there. So another update. As of this morning, as of me recording this, I have officially lost 50 pounds. I weighed in at 177.9. You know, I haven't really been weighing myself regularly, but I realized, like, I looked in the mirror, I was like, I look different. I feel different. And so I was like, ooh, I'm like peeing a lot more, TMI. I woke up this morning, weighed in at officially 50 pounds lost. So I am about the same size I was 5 years ago, which is fantastic. I'm so proud of myself for sticking to it, and I can't wait to see what the next year brings. That being said, let's go ahead and dive right into this video. So in honor of me losing 50 pounds, I am gonna go through some very unhinged weight loss advice, and we're gonna see whether or not I would take that advice. Cool? Okay. I'm gonna put my headphones on. But before we get into it, you know, go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe even. You're already here, why don't you stick around? I think it would be fun. I'm a fun time. I think you might be a fun time. Let's be besties. I don't know. Also, do not judge me for recording on my phone, like screen recording on my phone when I could be using a computer, because my laptop is like 8 years old. It's literally dying. I haven't used it since I finished grad school. And so like I want to invest in a new one, but I've never had a MacBook before, and I'm thinking about getting a MacBook. I like to be mindful of the purchase I'm making because I've kept this computer for so long. I want to keep the next one I have for a long time too. All right, so I'm about to start screen recording. Oh my God, don't look at my eyebrows. Okay, let's get into the video. It's been 6 minutes already.
Easiest way to lose weight is if you ask yourself, do you want an apple? And if the answer is no, then you're not hungry. Baby, let me tell you something. I like fruit. I want the apple. I want the grapes. I want the watermelon, cantaloupe, mango, pineapple. I want all of that. In addition,
That is true. I gotta stop it here and say, if you have cravings for things that aren't whole foods, that's normal, right? But also you should be mindful of, like, if that's the only thing you're craving, you're probably not hungry. You are probably still just craving those foods that you have an addiction to. Like me, before dinner, I want sweet shit. And so I don't want it because I'm like, oh wow, this sounds like a really good idea. I want it because I'm hungry. Like my body's like, oh, you want to go eat, let's go get some energy. So every night, instead of eating the sweet shit, which is what I used to do, I eat my dinner first. I still eat the sweet shit, but I eat my dinner first.
I also want fried rice, a ramen noodle with a little slice of cheese, a ham sandwich with a little bit of bacon.
Ramen noodle with a slice of cheese? Oh.
some
Ham sandwich
eggs,
with
a
bacon,
little
that's
piece of toast,
a lot of
hot
pork.
wings, lemon pepper fried hard. I want a Diet Coke large. Asking me if I want an apple is not gonna curb the craving. Baby, I want apples and a bag of chips. I want apples and I want some grits. I want apples and I want to go out to Texas Roadhouse and get the rolls with the butter.
We went to, I think it was Outback. Oh my God, I'm so mad. We went to an Outback. This is like 6 months ago. This was before daylight savings started. And we sat down, didn't get our rolls, ordered our food, asked for rolls, didn't get our rolls. We had tables around us get their rolls, and we had a table across from us get double servings of rolls. Yeah, I was pissed. I was fucking pissed. Let's continue. I was so mad.
I want the apples and y'all not helping nobody. Stop listening to TikTok. Easiest way to lose weight is if you ask yourself, do you want an apple? And if
Okay, so that's funny. So I think she's like quoting somebody's unhinged weight loss advice, but like for real, like if you're like, dang, I'm hungry, and someone's like, hey, do you want this apple? And you say, no, I'm not hungry for that. You probably aren't hungry. You probably aren't. Like, in reality, if you are hungry, you will eat what is presented to you. If the thing that you're craving is the chips, the chocolate, then you're not hungry. Drink some water, take a walk, eat an apple, and then keep it moving. All right, next video.
Oh, people love to ask me, oh, what do you do when you get a craving? Or what do you do when you want to do this or eat that or drink this or this? I lie to myself and I gaslight myself. I gaslit myself for 6 months. I'll tell you what happens. You're going to say, oh, I really want this. I want to eat Mexican food. I want to have a margarita on the patio. You can have a margarita, but not 3, and you can't let it turn into a binge eating session at 2 a.m. So this is what I did.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first step. Don't let it turn into an overeating session.
It works. So you're going to say, okay, well, if you want that, then today we're going to hit our macros, and today we're going to do our workout, and then you can have it tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's going to roll around, and you're going to lie and deceive yourself and break your own heart and say, okay, well, if you want that today, then you can hit your workout and hit your macros correctly, and then we can have it tomorrow. And just continue to lie to yourself for 6 months straight. And one day you're going to wake up in your dream body, and there won't be a single food or substance or anything in the world that you would put in place of the body you now live in.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop it because I agree with this. I do. Gaslight yourself, lie to yourself, tell yourself that you can have it later, because like if it's in your house and it's non-perishable, if it's like ice cream or some shit, it's not gonna go bad, right? You'll be fine. You don't need the sweet treat tonight. You won't die without it. You can have it tomorrow. And it helps. It works because the power of the mind really is crazy, because you're essentially just convincing yourself that like, oh, I don't need it right now. You're training yourself to believe that, no, I don't need it right now. I could have it tomorrow. And I think that helps build that like determination, resiliency, willpower. I don't know what word I'm like looking for here, but I feel like it's helpful in like pushing yourself to be more disciplined. That's the word. I don't know how I forgot that word. But yeah, I like this advice. Let's finish the video and then we'll move on.
And the reality you now get to experience every single day. It works. If you've done something similar, I have to hear about it, because this genuinely works. I would say delaying what you want.
Delayed gratitude is what it is. Essentially, you're saying, yeah, I want it. Like I think that's what gets people trapped up, because it's like, it's so hard to delay gratitude in today's society when you can pick up your phone and order literally anything you want on the internet. You don't have to, and you can have it in like 24 hours in most cases, right? You don't have to wait a week or 2 weeks. You don't have to get in your car and drive to the store. Everything is so instant that I'm not surprised that we do it with our food as well. I mean, like DoorDash, come on, like you want some crumble cookie, you don't want to leave your house, you can just DoorDash it. Side note, I've never had crumble cookie. I would like to try it one day. We'll see. I don't think I'll try it anytime soon. I think it's too expensive. I don't think I want to spend money on that, because like I can just make cookies. Anyways, that's not the point. Let's finish this video.
And realizing that it's feeding into the bigger picture. People love to.
My bad. I literally stopped it with like seconds to spare. That's crazy.
I have a couple of minutes while I wait for my hair to set for work today, so I'm going to give you my rapid fire weight loss tips and tricks that are unhinged and definitely unconventional. For starters, I treat calories like currency. I have 1,500 calories a day in my...
I agree. I call it spending calories. I don't like think about it like eating is literally just like, okay, it's a bank account. This is how much I have to spend. I think that's useful.
Deficit. That means I have $1,500 to spend in the day. I'm looking at that donut. It's $250 on that price tag. I'm not going to eat it. It's not going to be worth it. Next, I will break up that $1,500 into a budget for the day. I'm either going to eat 3 500-calorie meals, or I'm going to eat 5 300-calorie meals, and that's going to split up my day and distribute my money a little more evenly. And then my last...
Okay. So I had to stop abruptly because I just had a delivery come to the door. So I think I just have to like start re-recording. So we left off where this girl's talking about her calorie deficit and how she can, I don't know.
Last tip for the day is if I'm going to go eat out with my friends, which I do because I live my life, I will look up the menu before I go and decide what I'm going to eat while we're there. And I will be bold enough to make the swaps with the waiter or waitress and take things and add things and remove and customize how I need it to fit my macros. Another quick tip on that specifically is if you put the menu into Chat GPT and say, hey, I'm going to this restaurant, I have 300 calories and I need 30 grams of protein. Well, on this menu, can I eat? And Chat GPT will spit out items for you and make it bulletproof. Okay, those are my tips for today. Let me know if you want more or in depth.
Okay, so I like this advice, especially about like looking at the menu before you go. I am not that kind of person personally. If I'm going out to eat, I know that I'm gonna get good food, right? And here's the thing, I never finish my food. Even when I was overweight, I got that skinny mindset. I'm still fat. I'm still obese, technically 2 pounds obese until I'm overweight. But I'm saying when I was bigger, right? So I would never finish the meal in the restaurant and I would take it home. And some days I would like eat that either like later that day or later that night, and that'd be like my meal for the day. And I still kind of do that now. Or I would eat it the next day. So like I don't necessarily care about the macros in the food. It also helps that like we don't go out to eat more than once a week. If we do, I don't think we've really been out to eat a lot lately. We went to a buffet recently, but outside of that, before that, we were cooking at home mostly. That's where most of my calories are consumed, at home. I just buy calorie dense food and I make calorie dense foods. It's not a lot of eating out, but damn it, my screen recording keeps stopping because I keep putting the phone down. Yeah, we're gonna move to the next video because I kept goofing up.
Skinny advice that worked for me, so it might just work for you. Credentials. I've lost a lot of weight. On the days I'm more active, I have less of an appetite. I am less likely to eat on the days that I am more active.
I agree. Whenever I'm staying home, especially because like I stay home so I can save money. If I leave the house, I'm spending money. And so I know that I can stay home and my pockets are fine. And so what I end up doing is, because I'm so bored, because we've already cleaned the house, or we've already meal prepped, there's nothing much else to do. Yes, we could go take a walk, but I live in Colorado, so the weather's not always nice or forgiving. It can either be really, really hot or really, really cold. Right now, this is like the perfect time of year to go out and take a walk, except I'm spending all my time on the slopes.
I'm not saying that I don't get hungry on those days. I'm talking about my insatiable urge to less on the days that I have something to do. Who'd have thunk? I've talked about this before, but a lot of times the urge to...
Sorry, 1 second.
overconsume is not hunger, it is the activity of eating in and of itself. And we all know weight loss is the inaction of overeating. So if you really want to accelerate your results, get a hobby, get an active hobby. Keep your hands and your feet busy. I'm not saying you have to be pro athlete level of active. I'm saying go for more walks, go for a bike ride, take up rollerblading, do a light workout that you can do from the comfort of your own home. I think way too many of us get tripped up on this all or nothing mindset that our activity has to be extreme or intense in order to mean something. That mentality kept me fat, baby. And believe you,
Yes. Believing that the only way to be active is to go to the gym, lift weights, run a mile is so detrimental to like society in general, because yes, these are time consuming things, but you don't need to spend all of your time like just getting activity in. You can do 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes on your lunch break, 10 minutes right before you go to bed. That's 30 minutes a day, right? And that's a lot better than nothing. We don't have to dedicate a full 2 to 3 block hours of our time for going to the gym and then coming home and then meal prepping and all that. Literally, these small actions add up. And that's why it's called, like, that's why so many people emphasize that it's a lifestyle change, because people who live active lives are going to typically reflect that with their bodies. You know, bodybuilders don't become bodybuilders overnight. You know, they can start out looking like me and then eventually get to a point where they're swole, right? And that takes time, and they put in the effort, they put in the work in order to get there. If it was easy, everybody would be jacked. If it was easy, we would all look super fit and muscular, whatever. We would all look the way we wanted to look. And I'm not saying that it's like, again, I'm not saying that it's the easiest thing in the world to do, but it is something that you can do. You just have to put in that effort. You have to put in that time. You have to put in that work. I tell people you can play Just Dance. What I did in high school, I literally took my phone, or like I would cast my like this is when like Google Chromecast were a thing. I would cast it to my TV, cast YouTube to my TV, and play Just Dance. I didn't have a Wii or whatever people were playing Just Dance on then. I was literally just dancing with a YouTube video because I knew that I needed to do activity to burn calories, to increase my calorie deficit so I could lose weight. You don't have to make it this like overcomplicated thing. Like people love to say, what's the best exercise for fat loss? The best exercise for fat loss is putting your hand down. Right? No, let's try that again. The best exercise for fat loss is putting the fork down. Anyways, let's continue.
I notice my thoughts on lower energy days or days where I'm feeling more gluttonous. I pay attention to my thoughts. I listen to what I start telling myself, the lies I start telling myself. I could go for a walk right now, but like, I don't know. I don't really have the energy in me to get 10,000 steps in, so I mean, there's no point in really going. I guess I could go on my walking bed, but it's not really good. What's it gonna do? What's the point? So what this kind of mindset does is keeps you sat. And do you know what keeping you sat does? Thinking about food. Any type of light movement you do that you're telling yourself isn't good enough is better than you sitting on your couch finishing an entire bag of chips. You don't need that. You need therapy and a walk. Get a hobby, move your hands, move your feet. Skinny advice that
I like that. You need therapy and a walk. But yeah, for real, a lot of people overeat because we are extremely inactive, so we get bored and we want our hands to be busy. We want our mouth to be busy. Get up and do something. Like, get up and move. That's all you really have to do. Just get up and move. All right, we have 2 more videos.
Unhinged weight loss advice that actually works. When the calories go down, the caffeine goes up, dude, because when
Yes and no. I think I reposted this. Yesterday too. I consume a lot more caffeine, but that's also because I exercise and I run most days. It's not a lot of running.
you are shaken, being super productive, you are not thinking about food whatsoever. Sleep more, because if you are not sleeping, you are not eating. Okay.
Sleeping is also good because When I find personally that when I sleep less, I get hungrier. I don't know what it is, but I get so ravenous when I have had less sleep. And again, if you are staying up all night, a lot of people do this thing where like they will just snack all night long because they stayed up all night.
Plan an extremely busy schedule, dude. You are going to find side project after side project at your work or your home, dude. You won't even be able to think about food. Do a big,
like the last girl said, stay busy, keep yourself busy, because when you're bored, you're hungry, or you get hungry. I get hungry.
big DIY project or cause some kind of disaster in your house because you literally won't have time to even go to the store. Serve your food on tiny little plates, dude. You're going to be eating very small portions. Brush your teeth after every single meal. You're not going to be...
The tiny plates thing, yeah. The plates that they sell in the grocery store are like this big now. That's so much food. And so visually, it looks like you're eating a lot less if you have a big plate and small portions. So either switch to smaller plates or bowls. Bowls are helpful, but just not like the giant ones. I eat most of my meals out of those like glass bowls that you see everybody meal prepping with.
Eating anything after that. Adderall, it works.
Oh, and then the teeth brushing thing. I don't know if I could brush after every meal, but it does help at night because I'm like, oh, if I eat something, then I have to floss again. And I've started flossing a lot more because I have to take better care of my dental hygiene, you know?
Or some form of tobacco habit, dude.
I'm not going to encourage Adderall or tobacco. He's absolutely right. These are very
You're going to get
unhinged.
addicted, but it also will help with your appetite. Lastly, have kids, dude. If you have kids, you are not going to be able to even go.
I'm going to disagree with this one and then we'll move on. Because when you have kids, yeah, you're gonna be like, oh, you don't have time, but a lot of people get more sedentary after they have kids and they start to eat more after they have kids. So that's crazy. I don't know, that's crazy. That was it. We made it to the end. Most of this advice was really good. I'm gonna say that my favorite piece of advice was, if you say you're hungry, but you're not going to eat the apple, or you're not going to eat the fruit, or you're not going to eat the Greek yogurt, you're probably not hungry. You're probably just bored. The best exercise that you can do for fat loss or to lose weight is fork put 'em downs. Somebody said that, and I'm going to say that forever, but it's true. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I already asked for it at the beginning, and I'm asking for it again at the end. Please. I want you to stay forever and never. I'm gonna send you guys off. Just remember to always love yourself. You don't need to be extremely skinny. You don't need to be extremely muscular to be healthy. But you should try to do everything in your power to maintain your health as long as you can, because the health is like the one thing that we have, guys, that we have a little control over, just a little bit, not entirely, but I think we should all do our best. I believe in you. I hope you have a great day. Bye.